Hi everyone, my name is Sandra. Welcome to South Africa and your practice. This is going to be an all-around practice today, so we're not going to focus on a particular pose or a particular body part today, but we're going to work the whole body really. And I will give, like always, I will give several variations now and then, and depending on your abilities and the tone of today's practice, you decide which variation to choose really. I'm going to step back a little bit. It's freaking hot here, so I need to economize on my strength really. And you gotta excuse the fact that I'm wearing sunglasses, but my Northern European eyes aren't yet used to the South African sun and its brightness really. So we're going to start in child's pose. So you come on your knees and sit all the way back on your heels. And you might want to open your knees a little bit wider and allowing the forehead to rest on the floor. And allowing your whole body to just drape down and be heavy. So giving your body a few moments to arrive on the yoga mat. And giving your mind a few moments to arrive in your body. Allowing your mind to join your body as you draw your attention a little bit more carefully to the breath. Observe on how your breath distributes in between your chest, the rib cage, and your belly as well. Allowing your face to soften. And trying to release more and more each time you exhale. And then from here, you want to walk your hands a little bit further forward, so your sit bones lift away from your heels, and keep on walking your hands further forward until your hips arrive more or less above your knees. Your arms want to be really active at this point, so you guide your sit bones diagonally towards the ceiling and the sky above. We are in a kind of downward facing dog, but knees on the floor, so your forehead might still want to rest on the floor. So try to find a strong line of energy from your fingertips to your sit bones reaching high. Make sure your elbows are straight. And then from here, just allow your right shoulder to sink down a little bit so you can gaze down underneath your left armpit in a tiny little twist. And then from here, come slowly back to center and do the same thing on the second side. So as you allow your left shoulder to sink down a little bit, you gaze underneath your right armpit. A tiny twist in your rib cage, not much really. And then come slowly back to center and we do the same thing a little bit more flowy. So imagine you would kind of wag your tail. So you swing your hips from one side to the other, gazing underneath one armpit and then the other. Continue breathing and keep your hands pressing down into the floor, into your yoga mat. Before we come slowly all the way back to center and sit back on our heels again. Arms want to be really straight. Make sure your hands are shoulder width apart. Now keep your arms straight. As you inhale, come on your knees, round your spine, so broaden your shoulder blades wide, wide, wide. Your head hangs as you shift your weight further forward, 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 forward. Arms still straight, and then allow your belly to sink down, your navel to sink down. Lift and open your chest in a kind of upward facing dog, but keep your knees on the floor. Roll the shoulders back, elbows are straight. Spread your fingers wide and continue breathing. And then from here you draw the navel in, let the tailbone sink down, head is heavy, and move all the way back into your child's pose. Imagine your body being like a wave moving back into the sea. Now as you inhale, the wave is hitting the shores around your spine, head is heavy. Shift your weight forward, 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 and at the very top, lift your chest, broaden the collarbones wide. On your exhale, draw the navel in, head is heavy, sit all the way back into your child's pose. Let's do that once more. Round your spine forward, head is heavy, broaden your shoulder blades wide, and at the very top, broaden the chest, roll the shoulders back. The next time you exhale, just bend your elbows, lift your buttocks down to the worm, chest and chin to the floor. As you inhale, lift your chest in the mini cobra, lower down, exhale. 2 more of those. As you inhale, lift, reaching through the toes. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. On your exhale, push it all the way back into your downward facing dog. And to start with, we want to keep the knees bent. And as you keep the knees bent, you guide your sit bones high towards the sky. Face want to be soft. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, see how far you can straighten those legs without letting your lower back be affected. On your inhale, bend the knees again. As you exhale, straighten the legs only as much as you manage to keep your lower back straight. Inhale, bend the knees. Continue a few more times in your own breathing rhythm. Slowly warming up your hamstrings, connecting to your breath. Spread your fingers wide and ground through every knuckle. The next time you inhale, shift your weight forward into plank pose. Draw the navel in, crown of the head reaches forward. As you exhale, push it all the way back into your dog again. Inhale, shift your weight forward into plank pose. On your exhale, push it back into your dog. Guide your sit bones high. Once more, shift your weight forward into your plank pose. Knees to the floor, sit back into your child's pose and prepare once more for the wave. Arms want to be straight. Now round your spine strongly forward. At the very top, lift and open your chest. On your exhale, bend your elbows down to the worm. Inhale, lift your chest in your mini cobra. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Face is soft. A few cycles of breath here. And if you feel like you want to do the walking moves or bending one knee after the other, do so. Whatever feels right at this point. Connecting to your body, connecting to your breath. Becoming aware of your today's point of departure. It's still early in the class. The next time you inhale, shift your weight once more forward into plank pose. Navel draws in, tailbone is heavy. Knees to the floor, child's pose. On your inhale, come onto all fours and make sure that your hands are exactly underneath your shoulders and knees exactly underneath your hips. We start with the left leg today. So you want to extend your left leg, toes go to the floor. And then from here you turn and ground your left foot and stack your left hip on top of your right hip. Move the lower shin a little bit back for stability reasons. Left hand goes to the left hip. Now spiral your chest up towards the sky. Make sure your right hand is exactly underneath your right shoulder and lengthen the tailbone towards your left heel. Continue breathing. Maybe you want to reach your left fingertips high. And ground the outside edge of your left foot down into the floor. You either stay where you are or lift your left leg away from the floor, pushing through the heel. Keep on lengthening the tailbone. And again, either stay where you are or bend your left leg. Get hold of your left foot, and as you push the foot into your hand and your hand holds against, you help yourself a little bit more into a kind of back bend. Spiraling your chest up towards the sky. And then from here you slowly release the foot. Place your left foot down to the floor again. Ground the outside edge. Reach your left fingertips high. And then move your torso to upright. Left hand to the outside of your left thigh. Reach your left fingertips high. Tailbone lengthens down. And as you exhale next time, gently bend over to the left. Continue breathing and reach through the fingertips. So we try to find as much length as possible from the right hip point to the right fingertips. The next time you exhale, cartwheel your arms all the way down to your yoga mat. and step the left foot in between your hands. At this point, you might want to use blocks underneath your hands, blocks underneath your shoulders, or you use no blocks, really depending on your range of motion. Now extend your left leg and you guide your sit bones back, walk your hands back with or without blocks, so your hands arrive underneath your shoulders again, and push your left foot into an imaginary wall. You want to spread the left toes wide so you feel the air in between your toes, and square the hips. So imagine a string guiding, pulling the left sit bone a little bit further back. So we square the hips with the top of the yoga mat. Continue breathing. And then from here you walk your hands all the way back to the front. Place your hands onto your front knee on your front thigh and lift your heart, guiding your tailbone a little bit further down. Continue breathing. Each time you inhale, you might want to come a little bit up, and as you exhale, sink deeper in the hips. It can just be a tiny little bit of a movement. And if you find you want to go further, what you can do actually is you push the top of your back foot down into your yoga mat so the back kneecap nearly lifts away from the floor, so you have less pressure on the back kneecap. At the same time, it's a little bit more strenuous, of course. So you decide where you want to be at this point. Lift your heart, soften your face, find your middle path. Before you place your hands down to the floor again, curl the back toes and then push it back into your downward facing dog again. And I have 1 or 2 cycles of breath here. Feel your hands grounding, spreading your fingers wide. And as you inhale, you want to shift your weight forward into plank pose again. Take your time. Knees to the floor, child's pose, just for one exhale. The next time you inhale, come onto all fours again. Place your hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Extend your right leg this time. Now turn and ground your right foot. Right hand goes to the right hip. Lengthen your tailbone towards the right heel. And again, be very, very sure about having your left hand exactly underneath your left shoulder. Your right fingertips might want to reach high towards the sky as you spiral your chest up a little bit more. Either stay where you are, float your right foot away from the floor. Leg wants to be parallel to the floor at this point as you push through the heel. Either stay or bend your right leg, getting hold of the top of your back foot. And you push that foot into your hand. Your hand is holding against. Your tailbone continues lengthening as you spiral your chest up. Then place your foot all the way back down to the floor, grounding through the outside edge. Reach your right hand high towards the sky. Come all the way to upright. Right hand to the outside of your right thigh, reaching your left fingertips high. Lengthen your tailbone down. With this lengthen the left side seam of your body, we bend over to the right side. Reaching through the left fingertips from the left hip point. Make sure your upper elbow is straight. Before you cartwheel your arms all the way down to the floor, stepping your right foot slowly in between your hands. Again, you might want to choose to use blocks at this point, or have your fingertips on the floor as you roll the shoulders back. Now walk your hands further back as you extend your right leg, pushing through the right heel. Again, imagine you would push your foot against into an imaginary wall. Square your hips. Relax your face. Before you walk your hands all the way back to the front, place your hands on your front knee or your front thigh, lifting your heart. And again, you might want to oscillate a tiny little bit with your breath. Each time you inhale, you come a little bit higher up and out of the stretch, and as you exhale, sink deeper. And again, your choice whether you want to push the top of your back foot down into the floor so the back kneecap gets a little bit lighter. allow your breath to flow freely through your body. Place your fingertips down. As you exhale, push it back into your downward facing dog again. Inhale, shift your weight forward into plank pose. Knees to the floor, chest and chin, elbows harnessed in. Lift your chest in mini cobra, downward facing dog as you exhale. On your next inhale, lift your right leg into dog split. Three-legged dog, and make sure you only lift the leg as high as you manage to keep the hips squared. Stay here for a few more cycles of breath, pushing through the right heel. And press your palms down into the floor, spreading the fingers wide. On your next exhale, shift your weight forward and place your right foot in between the hands. Lower the back knee down to the floor, and this time keep the back toes curled under. On your inhale, shovel the air all the way up. As you exhale, push down. Again, inhale, shovel the air up, lift your heart. Exhale, push the air down. Once more, lift your heart, shovel the air up. Exhale, downward facing dog again. As you inhale, shift your weight into plank pose. The vinyasa of your choice, either chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Meeting in our downward facing dog again. Lift your left leg into your dog split. Make sure your hips stay squared again. Pushing through the left heel. Spreading the toes wide. On your next exhale, step your left foot in between the hands. Lower the back knee down. Keep the back toes curled under as you inhale, shovel the air up. As you exhale, push it down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, push it down. Once more, shovel the air up as you inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog again. As you inhale, shift your weight forward into plank pose. The vinyasa of your choice. Meeting all the way back in our downward facing dog again. A few cycles of breath here. And it goes without saying, if you find you need to rest, child's pose is always a good choice. And from here you want to walk your feet step by step all the way to the top of your yoga mat, meeting in a standing forward bend. Feet want to be parallel, hip joint width apart. Releasing your head down towards the floor. And you want to get hold of your opposite wrists or your opposite side elbows behind your calves. So your knees want to be soft and bent a tiny little bit, allowing a little bit more space to open in between the shoulder blades. Feel the weight of your body distributing equally between both feet. Before you release your arms down towards the floor. As you inhale, half standing forward bend, straighten your legs, roll the shoulders back. As you exhale, release down again, standing forward bend. Knees might want to be soft. Inhale, lift your heart, push the feet down, come all the way to standing. On your exhale, join your palms together. Sweep your arms out, inhale. On your exhale, move your chest forward and dive down. Half standing forward bend, inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, standing forward bend, drape down. Lift your heart, inhale, sweep your arms out to the sides and up. Join your palms as you exhale. Sweep your arms out as you inhale, one more half sun salutation. Exhale, move your chest forward and dive down. Inhale, lift and lengthen, half standing forward bend, crown of your head reaches. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, lift your heart, feet push down. Sweep your arms out and up as you exhale, join your palms together. Continue moving. Sweep your arms out to the sides and up as your feet push down. Exhale, move your chest forward and dive down. Inhale, lift your heart, roll the shoulders back. As you exhale, dive down again. Step your right foot all the way back into your lunge. The next time you inhale, bring your torso to upright and straighten your front leg, reaching your arms so they're parallel to the floor. Lift the back heel high away from the floor. And if you struggle with balance, you just widen the stance a little bit and wiggle the left foot a little bit further to the left. So you guide your tailbone down, try to square those hips as you spread the fingers wide. Allow the shoulder blades to travel down the back ribs. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, make two fists and guide the right heel further down towards the floor. As you inhale, lift the back heel, spread the fingers wide. Exhale, make fists and lower the back heel further down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower further down. Inhale, lift, spread the fingers. Exhale, lower down. Lift the heel, inhale, reach your arms above your head, palms face each other. And the next time you exhale, bend your left knee and guide the right heel back. So you guide the tailbone down and actually allow the back knee to be a little bit bent. And as you guide the tailbone down and upright your pelvis a little bit more, we get a little bit more into the right hip flexor. Make sure your front knee is above the ankle. Lift your heart. The next time you exhale, make your way into your warrior number 2. Aligning the left heel with the arch of the back foot. Reach through your fingertips. Inhale, lift your arms, straighten your front leg. Exhale, push the air down and rebend your knee, the flying version. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push the air gently down and rebend your front knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push the air down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, warrior 2. A few cycles of breath here. Grounding the outside edge of your back foot down into the floor. Guide your tailbone down. And make sure your front knee aligns above the ankle and doesn't fall inward. Now you want to turn your palms up to face the sky. And as you do that, you feel the shoulder blades travel down the back ribs again. Inhale, straighten your front leg and keep your arms as is. As you exhale, reach forward as if you were serving something to somebody. And now reach your right arm further above your head and imagine you are holding a huge ball in between your hands. Spiral your chest up towards the sky and keep on lengthening your tailbone down. As you inhale next time, warrior 2. Palms face down this time. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, reach forward and transition into your triangle pose. Reaching your right fingertips high towards the sky, or have your hand at your hip, whatever feels right. On your next inhale, bend your front leg and reverse the warrior. Right hand slides a little bit further down the outside of your right thigh. On your next exhale, cartwheel your arms all the way down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, shift your weight forward into plank pose. Knees to the floor, chest and chin to the worm. Lift your chest in mini cobra. Downward facing dog as you exhale. On your next inhale again, shift your weight forward. Vinyasa of your choice at this point. On your exhale, meeting back in our downward facing dog again. As you exhale next time, step your right foot in between your hands. Roll the shoulders back. Next time you exhale, let the left foot follow and step the left foot to the outside of your left hand. Now have your feet a little bit wider than mat width really. Rotate it out to the sides, 45 degrees. Use your elbows to push the inside of your thighs open. Roll the shoulders back and lift your heart. You might want to wiggle a little bit from one side to the other in a kind of sumo fighter shape. Spread the fingers wide, your palm face the ceiling or the sky. And allow your sit bones maybe to sink a little bit deeper as you keep on lifting the chest. Slowly place your hands all the way down, flip-flop your feet back together again, hip joint width apart. Inhale, half standing forward bend. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, lift your heart, sweep your arms out to the sides. Join your palms, exhale. Sweep your arms out as you inhale, feet ground. Exhale, move your chest forward and dive down. Inhale, half standing forward bend. Exhale, standing forward bend. Step your left foot far back in your lunge. Inhale, bring your torso to upright. Lift your arms so they're parallel to the floor. And to start with, you want to make sure that the hips are squared. Lift the back heel as high as it goes away from the floor. And allow the shoulder blades to travel down the back ribs. Take an inhale, spread the fingers wide. Exhale, make fists and allow the left heel to lower further down towards the floor. Inhale, spread the fingers wide again, lift the back heel. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Lift, inhale, reach your arms towards the sky, palms face each other. And as you exhale, bend your right knee and guide the back heel back. Allow the back knee, the left knee, to soften. And as you do that, there's more space for the pelvis to come to upright. Which means you want to guide the tailbone down and lift the pubis further towards your navel. Lift your heart. Keep the hips squared. Having another cycle of breath here. Giving the hip flexor a little bit more time to open up. Before you turn and round your left heel, find your way in Warrior 2. Reach through your fingertips. As you inhale, straighten your front leg and lift your arms. Exhale, push the air all the way down and bend your front knee again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Lift, inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, Warrior 2. A few cycles of breath here. Lengthen your tailbone down. Beware of your front knee. And relax the shoulders away from your ears. Now turn your palms to face the sky. Feel the bottom tips of your shoulder blades travel down the back ribs as you do so. Inhale, straighten your front leg. And as you exhale, reach forward for triangle pose. And again, as if you were holding a tray and serving something to somebody. From here, lift your left arm above your head. And again, as if you were holding a huge ball in between your hands. Spiral your chest up towards the sky. Lengthen the tailbone down. Back to Warrior 2. Palms face down at this point. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, reach forward for your triangle pose. Pushing the front big toe down into the floor. Supporting the front knee. You decide whether you want to gaze up, want to gaze to the side, or maybe down. Whatever feels right for your neck. Want to make sure we don't build up any tension in our neck as we do triangle pose. As you inhale, bend your front knee, lift your heart, reverse the warrior. On your exhale, cartwheel your arms down and push back into your downward facing dog again. Shift your weight forward into plank pose, inhale. Knees to the floor, chest and chin. Lift your chest in your mini cobra. Downward facing dog again. On your inhale, shift your weight forward, plank pose, the vinyasa of your choice. Before we meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. As you exhale next time, step your left foot in between the hands. Come onto your fingertips so you find more space for the chest to move forward in space. As you exhale next time, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. And your choice whether you want to come to the sumo fighter shape again, or you come into a squat where your feet are a little bit closer together than in the sumo fighter really. Pressing your palms together and using your elbows to push the inside of your knees, of your thighs open again. Lift your heart. Place your hands down to the floor. Wiggle your feet hip joint width apart again. Parallel standing forward bend. Inhale, half standing forward bend. Shoulders roll back. Exhale, standing forward bend. Lift your heart, sweep your arms out to the sides, come to standing. Join your palms, exhale. Sweep your arms out as you inhale. On your exhale, move your chest forward, unrushed, and dive all the way down. Half standing forward bend, inhale. Exhale, standing forward bend. Sweep your arms out, lift your heart, come all the way to standing as you inhale. Join your palms, exhale. Sweep your arms out, inhale. On your exhale, move your chest forward and dive down. Inhale, lift your chest in, half standing forward bend. On your exhale, either step or jump back into Chaturanga. Upward facing dog as you inhale. As you exhale, downward facing dog. So however you made your way in downward facing dog, you might just step your feet step by step back. Totally fine, of course, goes without saying. On your next exhale, step your right foot in between the hands and prepare the back foot for warrior one. So rotate the back foot 45 degrees. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Maybe you're able to join the heels of your palms together. Allow your head to sink down and the right shoulder to maybe rest on the right knee or thigh. As you reach your hands high above your head. And then from here you want to reach your knuckles back. So you use your arms as a kind of lever to lift your torso, come to upright, make the front thigh work for it. Release your hands and reach your fingertips high towards the sky. You might want to join the palms together and having your arms slightly angled in front of you, as if you were holding a kind of sword. But if this proves to build up tension in the back, rather have your hands shoulder width apart. Grounding the outside edge of your back foot down into the floor. On your next exhale, bring your hands down to the floor and step it all the way back into your dog again. Shift your weight forward, inhale, plank pose. Knees to the floor, chest and chin into the worm. Lift your chest in your mini cobra. Back to downward facing dog. As you exhale next time, step your left foot in between the hands. Turn and ground your right foot for warrior one. And interlace your fingers behind your back again. This time the unfamiliar way, so the other pinky finger goes to the front. Allow the left shoulder maybe to rest on the left knee or thigh. And allow the shoulder blades to travel down the back ribs so your neck doesn't just disappear. Let your head be really heavy. And then reaching your knuckles back, pushing the front foot down. You come all the way to upright. Release your hands. And reach your arms high towards the sky. And again, find a position of your arms, of your hands that suits you. Might also mean that you just want to have your hands on your hips. Continue breathing. And try to square the hips a little bit more. As good as it goes. Allowing the right hip to square a little bit more with the left hip point. Before you move your hands, you bring your hands all the way back down. Downward facing dog again. Let's stay here for a few moments, a few cycles of breath. Make sure your face is soft and relaxed. Make sure you ground your knuckles down into the floor. On your inhale, shift your weight forward into plank pose. On your exhale, knees to the floor, chest and chin. Inhale, lift your chest in your mini cobra. As you exhale, back into dog again. Inhale, shift your weight forward into plank pose. Knees to the floor, chest and chin once more, elbows harnessed in. And preparing for a set of mini back bends. So you place your hands underneath the shoulders for mini cobra. And what we're actually doing is we move from mini cobra, where we have virtually no weight on our hands. We're moving from mini cobra progressively into cobra, into bhujangasana, where our arms support our weight really. We call this the rising cobra. So you want to reach through the toes, you feel your kneecaps lifting away from the floor, and you want to ground the little toes down into the floor, so you have a tiny bit of an internal thigh rotation. Now make sure your elbows are harnessed into your ribs and you roll the shoulders back as you lift your heart a little bit more. No weight in your hands yet. Crown of the head reaches forward. Now as you inhale, lift your chest a little bit higher. So the inhale propels your chest higher up. On your exhale, stay. So you have a little bit of weight on your hands already. Inhale, allow the inhale to propel your chest higher up. Exhale, stay. Inhale, come even higher up. Elbows harnessed in. Exhale, stay. So make sure your hip points are still on the floor. Continue breathing here. So some arm work really. Take another deep inhale. On your exhale, lower just a tiny bit down. Inhale, stay. Exhale, lower further down. Less and less weight on your hands. Inhale, stay. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift your chest in a mini cobra. Exhale, push back into your dog. So a few moments in this quite neutral shape after this set of mini back bends. Cultivating a little bit of strength in our arms. You might feel it, you might not feel it. Still nice work wherever you are. Shift your weight forward into plank pose. Going to stay here for a few moments. So you want to draw the navel in. If this proves so hard, you're always welcome to lower the knees down. And if you want to add a little bit of core work at this point, it's not visible from the outside. It doesn't look fancy, but it's super effective. Imagine you want to draw the hands and feet a little bit further towards each other without actually moving them. As you add this kind of pulling action, hands and feet towards each other, you immediately feel where we're going here. On your exhale, push it back into your dog again. Inhale, shift your weight forward into one more plank pose. Navel draws in, knees to the floor, chest and chin, elbows harnessed in. Inhale, lift your chest in your mini cobra. Exhale, lower down. This time all the way, and turn your head to the side of the choice. Arms by the sides of the body. And a few moments to feel the aftertaste. Maybe wiggling your buttocks a little bit from one side to the other. And take your time turning all the way around on your back. Bend your knees, feet on the floor. Draw your knees into your chest. Allow the knees to flap open, holding your knees from the inside. And a variation of happy baby pose. Just wiggle a little bit from one side to the other. Just a tiny bit in your hips. Should just feel nice. Belly soft and relaxed. Before you bring your knees back to the middle, feet on the floor. And place your right ankle on top of your actually we start the other way around. So you might see me, if you watch the screen you see me. So we start with the left ankle on top of your right knee. Lift the right foot away from the floor and thread your arms through, either getting hold of your shin or the back of your thigh. You want to make sure that your neck doesn't overarch. So keep on lengthening the neck, grounding the back of your skull down into the floor. And then from here, you keep the shape of your legs. Actually, you keep the whole shape as it is. The only thing you do is you twist over, you turn, you fall over. I have to remove that device here, it's in the way. You twist over to the right side, turn over to the right side, so your left foot goes to the floor. You get hold of your left ankle with your right hand, and your left arm goes across the room. You might feel where this is going. Your external hip rotator muscles. So you want to play a little bit here. It really depends on your body. And you want to play a little bit in this shape until you get in the most interesting point, really. You might want to try to arch the lower back a little bit more. So you guide your sit bones across the room. And re-articulate your lumbar arch. That might be interesting. You might want to try to guide the knee higher towards the sky or further towards the floor. It really depends on the body, so allow yourself to investigate. Most importantly, allow your breath to flow through your body. Before we come slowly all the way back to center, place the feet onto the floor. A few moments to feel the aftertaste, always nice, especially when lying in the sun, as I do right now. And place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Float the left foot away from the floor and thread your arms through. And again, don't be over ambitious. If getting hold of your shin means you're overarching the neck, it's time to get hold of the back of your thigh instead. Listen to the body. So this already might be interesting in the right hip. It might get even more interesting as you keep the shape and you just twist over to the left side until your right foot, the bottom of your right foot goes onto the floor. So you hold the ankle of your right foot with your left hand and your right arm goes across the room. And again, explore what feels right and what feels interesting for your body. So I find it quite interesting to re-articulate the lumbar arch so that feels nice or kind of challenging nice. And guiding the knee maybe a little bit higher towards the sky, but other bodies find the opposite, guiding the knee further towards the floor. It's really interesting. Observe on how your breath washes through your rib cage, through your belly, allowing your belly to be completely relaxed and soft. we come slowly all the way back to center. Place your feet on the floor. Bring your arms back by the sides of your body and then extend your legs one after the other. Preparing for Shavasana. Allowing your palms to face the sky. Allowing your feet to flap open. And your whole body to just melt down into the floor. Giving the floor permission to receive your weight. And each time you exhale, release your muscles even further. Letting go of remaining or maybe unnecessary tension. Nothing to hold. And no need to think. Let the thinking go to rest. Using your breath as a home base, bringing your mind to where your body is. If you have the chance, if you have time to stay longer, by all means stay. For those of you who have just a limited time window of time frame, slowly begin to deepen your breath again. Make small movements with your fingers, with your toes. Reach your arms above your head if that feels nice, stretching out. Before you roll over to the right side of your body, you can use your right arm as a pillow. Using your hands coming all the way back to a sit. Keep your eyes closed for a few more moments. Coming to a cross-legged or comfortable seated position with your hands resting on your knees or your thighs. Now take a few more moments to feel the aftertaste. Whatever it is to observe at this point. Becoming a little bit more familiar with our overall state of being. And join your palms together in front of your chest. Feel your thumbs touching your breastbone. And the next time you exhale, slowly open your eyes again. I thank you all for joining. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed and hope to see you again soon.